What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. We are back working on the Corrado once again. As you saw, we have a whole bunch of parts to go ahead and toss in. Nothing major, very, very simple stuff, but the last little bits for this car. And then Martin's coming over tomorrow, I think, to redo this last brake line, which is that one right there. It goes from the front to the back. I have all the brake line, but he has the tools to cut it, flare the new fitting, that kind of stuff. And then also the pressure bleeder, so we can go through and get the rest of the car done. And that's pretty much it. These parts, the brake line, and then she's out of here. All right, so first things first, we're replacing this coolant flange on the side of the head and this one right here. This one's not leaking, only this one is, but if that one's leaking, this one's probably not far behind. So got a new one for the side of the block with a new seal on the back side, and then same for the front, again, new seal. And then also we got a new temp sensor, might as well with the new seal, just so all of that stuff can be refreshed and no more leaks. We're gonna need this and hopefully not make a giant mess today. Try and keep it to a minimum. So for us to go ahead and remove this coolant flange here, we have one sensor on the top and a block off port, which will swap from this one over to the new one. We have this pull the plug wires out of here. You have the front coolant hose, this side coolant hose, and then there's a 10 right there, and also a 10 on the bottom side right over here. And then for the other one, same thing, one hose on it, and then a 10 at the bottom, and then a 10 at the top right there. Very straightforward, and then get ready for coolant to go, you know, kind of everywhere.
That I once let kill my vibe. I fear the day that I lose the chance to fight. So I stand up tall, ready to face it all again. And I will not fall, I won't lose again. I wanna fly over mountains, I wanna reach the end.
So we have coolant all over my nice clean engine, but flanges came off no issue. You can see on this one, the whole bottom section right through here where it was just leaking right past the seal. They just get smushed down after time, then they just go bad. So that one's done. This one actually wasn't, like I said, wasn't leaking at all. But again, if I'm gonna replace one, might as well do both. So I'm gonna swap over the block off port to the new one and then toss in this back into here, put it back on, and good to go. Also make sure you go through, clean up all this area here, and same for the side of the block. You wanna make sure there's nothing in the way and it can seal properly. So now if we look back here, nice and clean, up in the front, nice and clean, ready to go. I was kind of hoping this was gonna clear out of here, but it's getting darker and darker, and just a whole lot of rain the next, like, you know, whole entire week. Winter time is fast approaching, and I am not excited. All right, back over here, both of our coolant flanges, the one on top and the one on the side, are both back on and good to go. All we need to do now is go through, fill up the system, let it run and check for leaks, and hopefully we're good to go. And then I also went through and put the new battery cover on. All right, so next up, we're gonna go ahead and do the O2 sensor here, and then after that, we'll tackle the new power steering line, which I'm not excited about because power steering fluid's gonna go everywhere, and I hate that stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and take a quick pause from the Corrado because I need a thumbnail for today's video, which I have the perfect idea for that. So we're gonna need the keys to Miley, which is right here, and we're gonna need we're gonna need this. Yep, this should be fine. All right, so let's see. Just kind of set this kind of like that. Don't fall. Good. Yep, I think that'll do. Let's step over here. Let's go ahead and line up the shot real fast. That should do it. All right, thumbnail achieved. God, it looks so cool though. Like I said, I don't know if this one will work for this car. I've seen some that have it mounted this way where it just goes, like you clock it this way and it goes under to the intake, which is fine. I just don't know if all of, it looks like it would come off. There's all these bolts here. So once you take this off and all of this off, I think you can get the right one to go to the VR6, I think possibly, but that's awesome. And this thing is huge. Like, I don't like that. Most of the time I see on VR6s, I see the V9, like the V1. This thing is gigantic. Ah, that would be cool. Would be very, very cool. Also, since we're here, we might as well get it started up. Might as well. Actually, hold on. Let me put you right here, like right there. Shut up, rooster. So I got a little curious, went ahead and pulled this adapter pulley off of the Supercharger. It's only 419s, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there's a little access port right here, which you look inside, you can see the little, where are they at? There's one. There's two of those, 1 and 2, that hold this, which is keyed to right there. Now we have just this by itself, which again, if you look, you should be able to undo these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then it lets you clock this portion the way you want it, which I would need to the back side. And then I think, I don't know if you take this portion off, but I would need, like I said, the right bracket and the right pulley for over here to go with the belt on this side. I think it'll work. It's looking pretty promising. And then I pulled off the old drain like it was getting in the way. But now we're left with just this good old Vortec V2, and this thing is massive. Like, this thing is huge, but I think it might work. I mean, on the counts that I can actually take this off out of the right bracket and get the right pulley for this side, which I assume you can. But if not, maybe somebody wants a V2 or the entire kit for Mitsubishi Eclipse, who knows. But I want to give my best to try and make it work for the VR6. I almost just had a complete heart attack. I went through, filled up the coolant, and then I saw this coolant all over the ground. But I rolled the car forward and it actually hit this and spilled it. So thankfully, nothing's leaking. I was almost very upset. All right, so now on the passenger side of the car, if you look down there, there's a wire on the firewall. That is the plug-in for the O2 sensor. And then if you come down here, we can see up on top of the exhaust where it plugs in right there. Now, the best way that I found to do this, since I already have a new one, I'm gonna cut the wiring off that so I can put the wrench all the way around it versus using the open end, because most times it wants to slide off and strip, slide the round end of the wrench around it, and then hopefully bust it free. So to explain again real quick, this is your O2 sensor. This one's a 22. This side of the wrench, most times the O2 sensor is on top. It's kind of hard to get to, and you end up being like this a little bit. And when you try to break it free, it kind of wants to round off these edges. What I like to do is cut the wiring off. This will fit all the way around, and then you have the entire contact patch around it, and it's much easier to break free, and you shouldn't strip this out. Now, of course, if this is in a spot where you can get to it easily, like on the side, and you can get like the entire thing around it, then it's no problem. But on this car, it's on top, kind of a pain. So chop it off, get all the way around it, and then bust it free. All right, well, this wasn't part of the plan, but cut the wire, got my 22 around. This is so close to this side, there's no angle I can get, at least not that one I have, to break it free. So had to unbolt the exhaust, drop it down. Now I have plenty of room. But once I swap this out, since it's open header, we got to start it at least once. It's kind of late, but that'll be fine. All right, so I don't know what it is about this car, but it loves to make simple jobs into multi-day hour processes for no reason. So I got this down, as I showed you. I got it to break free a little bit, and as I was still turning it, the entire thing decided to round off. Like, all the sides are rounded off. And yes, I heated up. Yes, liquid wrench, all the necessary things. But it is so stupid tight. So now I gotta go ahead and undo these ones, pull the entire cat out of the car, and then I guess try and get a vice grip on there maybe, or cut it, or I don't know. It's just so unnecessary. Look what we got here. Now normally, right, in an ideal world, you would have to pull the entire cat out just to remove your O2 sensor. But with this car and how it loves to just, you know, why? Like, why is it so tight? Heat it up, liquid wrench, let it sit, and you still do this to me. I gotta pull the whole cat out. Thankfully, these came off no problem. And actually, so did these ones. Very, very surprised. Normally, exhaust bolts absolutely suck, but these broke free no problem. And so did these. But the one I really needed. So now, which I guess I'll heat up some more. Try to get a vice grip on there. And just get out of there, please. Or maybe we'll just, you know, ditch this. We'll straight pipe this car and just call it a day. Because this is so stupid. Okay, let's get it. I'm going to try my best to break this free tonight. I don't have a vice to actually like hold the entire thing while I pry on that, so I don't think I'm strong enough to actually do that, but I'll try my best. If not, we'll take it to the shop tomorrow, put the whole thing in a vice, and then I can crank down on it. But I don't think I'll be able to hold this and pry that free, but we'll give it our best shot. Well, boys, the results are in. It's a no-go. I tried my best, but I can't hold it from rolling or tipping, and just, it's not enough. So that'll wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and move this back in the garage, and it's gonna be loud. The Pink Floyd was another open header car, and that car was loud. So I only expect this car is gonna be, what time is it? It's only 8:30. Quiet hours aren't until 10, so I mean, it is what it is. All right, Corrado is back on the ground and ready to be stupid loud. Give you guys a preview. This car here is same engine, 2.0 2E, same as that one, but this car has an open cat. And I'll show you the sound from this one. It's loud, but it's not like insane, but just to give you a little idea. Again, 2.0 2E open cat on this car. You can hear how she sounds. Oh, we were in gear. That would have been awful. Get out of gear. So you hear it. Slight rumble. Nothing nothing insane. Now let's go hop into, oh, I'm having flashbacks of how loud the Pink Floyd was. Okay, all right. Let's do this. I filled it with coolant, that's good already. My jacket. All right, where are the keys? Oh man, this is gonna be loud. I'm just straight Pink Floyd flashbacks. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys in here real fast so I can just drive. I'll put you over here. Where can I set you? My tripod's kind of broken, so I have to like lean it on things. Let's stay. That'll work. All right. Pink Floyd flashbacks. Oh, you know what's funny though? It kind of sounds like the Pink Floyd having a smaller pipe was louder, but it's still, it's highly obnoxious. So tomorrow we'll get that fixed, put it back on the car, and tame it way, way down. Finally got this stupid thing out. I had to get the heat induction tool. I had to heat this up until it was glowing. This thing was glowing white hot. And then I needed the biggest wrench to grab onto it. And it took like all of my force to break it free. I don't know why it was so tight. I don't know how it got so tight. Good Lord. But thankfully, it's finally out. So as you guys saw in the opening clip, this thing fought me like crazy this morning. And I didn't start recording until like, 10-15 minutes in of trying. It took me, with the induction gun, heating this up till it was glowing white hot before this thing finally came out. So unnecessary, but that's out. Got some new hardware for the exhaust. Time to put this back in and move past this. Oh yes, it's about to get very, very loud. I put you guys like right here, so you can get all of it. It's so stupid. Oh my Lord. Okay. That should be all I need for today. Okay. Oh my Lord. All right, we've got the new O2 sensor in. She's ready to go back in the car. All right, so we've got the car completely up in the air. Mr. Martin has stopped by. and all you're down here, you're over there. He brought by all his brake tools to cut the line and add the new fittings. We're actually to go through the section up here. I was gonna do the entire line from front to back, but this section's all good. It's just the section back I showed before that is rusty all through here, and this small one, he's gonna cut it somewhere over here and then replace the rusty section up to here, and then the small one, and this should be all good to go. Then after that, we can bleed all the brakes, and then we're on our way. So at this point, exhaust is all back together with some new hardware, new O2 sensor. Marvin has one of the lines done and working on the second one. I'm gonna go through now and tear apart the center console here. So I gotta undo the e-brake cables and pull those through, and then get our new ones here swapped in, which are right here. And after that, it's bleed all of the brakes. I still have the one power steering line to do, but that's just about it. Now, I've never pulled a center console out of a Corrado before. I'm assuming it's mildly similar to a Golf 3. This probably pulls out. Yep, there's that. I don't see a screw down there, but this one goes all the way back to here. I do see a Torx bit right there. Nothing on the sides, but looks like it definitely separates here. So maybe that one and something else back here. We'll figure it out. So this one here was the old small little rusty section. And there is the new one there. And he's working on the other one right now, getting all the pieces bent correctly. This is the old, right?
This is the old one.
With all the old bends and stuff.
No, I started with the new one.
Fancy.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
Try to make them look like factory.
Right? So I went ahead and pulled the actual seat out so I can get a better view at this. So I pulled this one right here out already. Looks like we have a plastic flood head screw right there. And same on this side. This piece back here looks like it just kind of like slots in to back here. It's all already like loose for the most part. You see how it kind of just pops out like that. So it looks like it's just this one. I think it all kind of comes out together. Okay, actually I lied. This one and that one there, you don't touch those at all. This front section has these little hooks right here that go to there. You just kind of pull back and it pops up. And then the last screw is right there holding this section to here. So you only have that one, this one, then these two pop up, and that's pretty much it. This top housing cover is now off, but now we do actually take these ones out. You just spin these free. This whole section is all one piece that covers the rest of the e-brake. You can see the lines right there, but I have to pull all of this off, which these ones just are hand tight. Spin these ones free. Actually spin them back just a little bit. We'll do the other side and then lift the entire thing like that up. Oh, let's see. There might be one more screw back here. Oh, there it is right there. 1, 2. There's a lot that goes into this, but now they know how to do it. It's not that bad. All right, final 2 screws out. I don't think there's anything else after that. This is loose. This is loose. Up and out. There we go. Now we've gotten to our e-brake cable. So now we have the 10 on the front, spin these off, pull the cable through, feed the new one in. Very, very simple from here. All right, so top side and here, all good to go. Now I'll go down here to the rear calipers, pop it out of this right here. Then you have a bracket that holds it right there. There's one, this little metal piece that holds it up. This one, and it pulls through here. I also have the torch ready to go because sometimes it gets stuck right in here and you don't want to pull the entire metal tube out. You want just the e-brake line. So if you heat it up, it usually comes free. Let me see your fancy work, Martin. Look at that. All nice new brake line where he cut it and spliced it there and got rid of all the old rusty bits. So all this section you can see rusty. So that take care of that. Good job, very nice work, sir.
Thank you.
And then over here I got the first one out. Always measure first, which they are the same length from end to end. You can see over here had to do a bit of melting because it can't be tight if it's liquid. So that's out. Throw our new one in, and then one more to do. Well, I didn't plan on pulling this entire pipe out, but this one's not coming free, so I had to pull it out, melt it again like crazy, and then once the entire thing's out of the car, then it wanted to come out. So feed this back through, put the ground back in, and then one more e-brake, and then we can bleed the brakes.
Yes, of course.
Look at us go, making progress. Stupid thing. All right, e-brake cable's officially done. Our nice new line all ran through there and around and through, and now we got this nice, bam, barely gotta pull it, nice and tight. So that's good and good to go. Last thing to do, we'll bleed these brakes and probably be done for the day. So the power steering line to do, but probably not gonna do that today. So we got the front two brakes to bleed, which they were already bled from before, but we can't get any fluid out of the rear, which I had mentioned the last time I did the brakes. But we think the portioning valve is kaput, broken. No fluid getting to the rear of the car. When I stand on the pedal and he cracks it open, no fluid. The pedal doesn't move, but the front works no problem. I think maybe, you think there's a whole new valve?
Yeah, a used one, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And just swap it out?
Yeah.
Okay. So rear valve kaput, but e-brake's done. All the brakes around are done. The new brake lines are done thanks to Martin, so that's good to go. So now we just need a new valve for the rear, swap that out so fluid actually gets to the rear brakes. We can bleed them and then we can move on.
Check.
You think there's a chance if we use a pressure bleeder and try and just like force it through, it'd work, or no shot?
No.
No? This is like locked up and done? Yeah. Great. Well, steps forward. O2 sensor is done, even though it fought me.
Normally, I think you can find one at the junkyard for this car.
The Golf 3 one looks a little bit different. Do you think it's the same?
It could be the same.
I'll check. I'll go tomorrow and I'll check until I can find one. Then I just swap it, and then we can bleed the brakes.
Yeah.
This car just wants to stay at my house.
Yeah.
It is.
It wants to stay.
Jobs that should take 20-30 minutes, 2-3 days. You must go home eventually, car. You can't stay here forever. So I think I'm going to end the video here. Made tons of progress on the car. One small setback with the valve in the back. But other than that, coolant flanges in the front are done. O2 sensors done, brake lines are done, e-brake cables are done, lots of good progress. One small setback, not the biggest deal. I was gonna go to the junkyard tomorrow, try and find a used one to swap into the car, but they still sell them brand new. They're not very expensive. It'd be much better to order a brand new one, swap it in and call it a day. That way it's good to go. We did also check, there is fluid getting to the valve in the back, but nothing past it. So it's kaput, it's clogged, something's wrong with it. So take it out of there, put a brand new one in and call it a day. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave the car up on the jack stands for tonight. That way tomorrow I'll come back, get under the car quick, do the power steering line, then all we have left will be just the valve. So I went ahead and started up the car. Definitely much quieter, but if you listen towards the front, we definitely have an exhaust leak. I think between the cat and the header, I didn't tighten it enough, but we'll handle that tomorrow. Not gonna do it tonight. The car is running good, so we'll leave it for tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.